to me by request of one of my subscribers, Donna. And when she emailed me, I had to research it. I couldn't quite remember it. But as soon as I researched, I remembered this case vividly because I remember hearing about it in the news. Well, this is about Yolanda Saldi var. I might be mispronouncing last names. Don't come at me, pronunciation police. Anyhow, she was born on September 19th, 1960 in San Antonio, Texas. Is a former nurse who became the president of Selena's fan club and later managed her boutiques. In early 1995, Selena's family had discovered discrepancies in financial records, suspecting Saldi var of embezzlement. On March 31st, 1995, during a meeting at Corpus Christi Motel to address these concerns, Saldi var fatally bang Selena. Despite Saldi var's claims that the shooting was accidental, she was convicted of first-degree murder and sentenced to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 30 years. Now, her official parole eligibility date is March 30th, 2025. So, end of this month. The Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles began reviewing her case in October 2024, 6 months prior to this date, as part of a standard procedure. The process includes compiling case file and recommendation letter from Saldi var and an interview with her and any letters submitted from Selena's family. The board's expected to vote on her case on or around March 30th, 2025. Throughout her incarceration, she faced significant threats from fellow inmates. She was placed in protective custody, and the reports that there's a bounty on her head, with many inmates seeking retribution for Selena's death. Despite these challenges, Saldi var has maintained a clean prison record, which is a factor considered during parole evaluations. In recent statements, Saldi var has described herself as a political prisoner, asserting that she has served enough time and expressing a desire for release. She continues to maintain that this was an accident. The final decision regarding her parole result rests in the Texas Board of Pardons and Paroles, which will assess various factors, including her behavior in prison, the nature of her crime, and input from Selena's family. What strikes me here is that she still is not taking accountability for her actions. Still claiming it was an accident. She was convicted. But we're going to look into that in this reading today. Was this accidental or was this intentional? But given that today is St. Patrick's Day, happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. The parole hearing is anticipated to occur around March 30th as per the board's schedule. There is no indication from the available source that the hearing has been moved to March 20th. It's advisable to consult official channels, etc., etc. It's just that when I did my search, when I was reading the email, I thought it read March 20th, and it said March 30th. So this information here just came about because of my own error when I did my search. So, and she's got a bounty on her head. This, I don't know. So you can see my query right here that I put March 20th. But something seems off here. It's not like I haven't seen anything that says that she's showing any remorse. And I believe that plays a part in whether she would get paroled or not and be let back out on the streets. Okay, so from what Donna had said in the email, that, of course, this was not my genre of music, so I heard about this case when it happened. It was before I was in true crime, and I definitely wasn't into that genre of music. I was a metalhead, headbanger, hair bands, Def Leppard, Dawkins, Judas Priest, Metallica. That was my music and still is my main genre of music today. But she said that Selena was said to be was on her way to becoming the next Gloria Estefan. Very talented. So I want to go through a storyline, and I feel like the best way to do the storyline is a Celtic cross spread. So that's what I'm going to do to start out, and take a look at from the situation and everything. So let's just kind of take a look to the distant past, right before, months before it happened, to right before the incident, what happened right after the incident. Of course, the outcome of it is going to be the end result of it all. So let's just kind of see. I'm going to wing it a little bit. I did not prepare a designated spread for each position. I'm going all general. And I am using Alicia Wicker's tarot deck in this one as well. Okay, let's see what this... Let's get to history. Okay. Ace of Cups. Self-cup of love, or there was genuinely an admiration between Yolanda and Selena. Selena loved Yolanda unconditionally as a friend, confidant, fan club manager, etc. She was more than just a part of her team. She was a true friend in Selena's eyes. Okay? And so there was deep emotions between the two of them. There was a connection. Page of Wands. Okay, the Page of Wands is a messenger, but this is crossing. So this is telling me what happened here as an obstacle or blockage here, or this could be, or some kind of something working against this relationship between the two, is some kind of news that came through. Now, knowing what I know about the case, I would say that this would be how this incident happened is information or news. That is also going on a new direction, a new adventure is also the page of wands, a curiosity. But there was that investigation, right? So Yolanda received documents or news or something that she was going to be investigated for that embezzlement. The root of it is Six of Swords. This is moving into calmer waters. A transition, moving on. And this is kind of speaking to me of Yolanda. I didn't research her own financial situation, but the vibe I get is that Yolanda, maybe she was in some kind of trouble. And this could also be a representation of moving money that led up to the Selena's passing. So this is somebody finding out about Yolanda moving money and Selena's books not balancing. So, Three of Cups, a celebration. They were in a hotel room. I don't know if it was that Selena was supposed to perform or what it was, but that's that friendship. The friendship that turned dark as a result of what Yolanda was doing. I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe somebody that knows the case better than me might be able to answer the question of, was Yolanda ever charged for embezzlement or anything like that? I'm curious. Yes, this is one of the tumblers that I made. It says, even duct tape can't fix stupid. It can muffle the sound, though. I made that. That's like my favorite tumbler. Anyhow, moving forward. So what was the overriding concern here? Two of Wands. So, Yolanda came to a crossroads. How do I get rid of this problem, this issue? How do I avoid going to prison for embezzlement, for stealing from Selena? Which, in my opinion, is an ultimate betrayal because Selena really trusted her. I think Selena had her come to the hotel and there was a confrontation there. But Selena was a very unique person because what I'm getting is it wasn't to fire Yolanda, it was to confront her. But I think Selena was doing it from a compassionate point of view. I'm picking up Selena's energy, and she's saying that she understands being on the other side of the tracks. In other words, she understands what it's like not to have. And she understands what financial struggles are. And so she was angry, but she wasn't over the top. It was definitely a confrontation. But it put Yolanda in a predicament that she had to make a move. She had to do something. So Yolanda's overriding concern was, I can't go down for this. I can't. And I don't know if Selena was threatening to press charges or what she was doing, because I'm getting a lot of downloads right now from Selena, and it's like she loved Yolanda. She didn't want to press charges, but it was almost like Yolanda wasn't fessing up to what she had done. So Yolanda made the choice. She crossed that threshold for making the decision she could not turn back from. She crossed that threshold of no return. Once she put her plan into action, there was no undoing it. Okay, so the incident happens. The confrontation happens. So she tried to manipulate the story. Magician. She tried to manipulate it in a way. That's where this alleged accident took place. Her story, it was an accident. It was an accident. I didn't mean to do this. The pow just went off. I was looking for something in my purse, or something to that effect is what I'm getting. I don't know if that's true or not. And I got to remember my disclaimer. This is a good place just to reiterate, even though it's at the bottom of the screen, this reading is for entertainment purposes only, not based on fact. Just my opinion, my interpretation of the cards. Do your own research, form your own opinions, throw your own cards. I'm just a blonde throwing cards here. Okay, done. But she tried to... The magician to me is coming up as the shadow side of the magician, not the manifestation side, but more, well, kind of manifestation. Manifesting the outcome that she wanted. Excuse me. In a very manipulative way. This is like the smoke and mirrors, a smoke screen here of what really happened. So she came up with this story to cover her own tracks. I think that there was no denying who done it, even at the time. No denying who done it. And she knew that she would be found out, and Yolanda felt that the best way to handle it is to claim accident. Yolanda's point of view. Two of Swords. Sitting on the fence. The Two of Swords is making the decision that she didn't want to make. She was hoping to put the blindfold on the world of what really happened, to sway people to her side, she was hoping that nothing would result out of any kind of investigation. That was her stance. That everybody would be blind to all the roaring emotions that was really behind the incident to begin with. You see all the roaring water behind her that she's trying to ignore. And that's exactly what Yolanda was doing. And she was hoping that everybody else would follow suit. Nobody would catch on. That she would be able to bluff her way through this. And this is almost answering one of my questions. I was going to ask, was this an accident or not? This is not feeling like any kind of accident to me. But this is just her taking the approach. They're not going to convict me because I'm going to tell them I got a good story here, and they're going to just blindly believe me. The jury's just going to blindly believe me that Selena and I loved each other. I would never do anything intentionally to hurt her. But obviously, she's been in prison for 30 years, and they didn't buy her story. Okay, what was the environment like? 8 of Wands. So, the environment surrounding the incident, very chaotic. Very chaotic. A lot of action. And everything went down rather swiftly, quickly, reactive. Okay? This is also representation of Selena's fall. Her falling down after the bang bang. And she was a rising star. Like I said, could have been the next Gloria Estefan. And that created an end. But there was a lot of communication back and forth between the two in that hotel room before shit hit the fan. The hopes and fears. This could be a hope or a fear. The Strength card. Yolanda was very focused on the task at hand. And I think she went to that hotel room. She was prepared. She had the pow in her purse. And she knew what she was going to do before she even got there. That's why it was first degree. Premeditated. Because she knew what she was going to do. And I almost get, with these two cards, I'm almost feeling like Yolanda may have hesitated. Okay? She may have hesitated. But then when shit was heating up between them, their confrontation, Yolanda overpowered Selena. This is a power trip. This is Yolanda may have looked at Selena as being on a power trip. And Yolanda had to get control of the situation. And I think on her way to the hotel room, Yolanda wasn't sure if she could go through with it or not. But she found some kind of dark courage. I was trying to find the right word. Dark courage to go through with her plan. And there's the evidence for the potential outcome. This is the deed. Let me move these over a little bit. So I'm getting off the board here. Out of frame. Yeah, I put this over here because I don't have room to put it up there. So, but I kind of like this setup because it kind of, this is the whole timeline. But the end result was the sentencing that was handed down to her. Okay. Of course, we know it was a guilty verdict. And now she's under review. So I think this spread was very, very straightforward. So let's go ahead. Let's see. what, it was not an accident in my opinion, my humble opinion, but let's just shuffle the cards, and I'm going to use Alicia Wicker spread. Did Yolanda really go to that hotel room intending to vote Selena off the island? Okay. Did Yolanda go to Selena's with purposely intending to off Selena? Three of Cups. Three of Wands. Right now, this is looking like I'm going there under the terms of friendship to try to talk about the future and how we can move forward and move past this. But something changed. Wheel of Fortune. It doesn't look like... It looks like the pow, bang, bang, was a backup alternative. In the past, a magician, the manipulation. She was manipulating Selena to begin with. Now you see the money, now you don't. The money disappeared, the money moves around. This is, I feel her intentions was to go there on friendly terms, fall back on their friendship, talk about their future, but they had a different, karma had a different idea. King of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles. So all the money that Yolanda had gotten from Selena, she wanted to hold on to that money. And she is willing to do everything within her power to protect her wealth that she obtained illegally through embezzlement and stealing from Selena. She was willing to do whatever she needed to do to protect that. And she was very defensive over the fact that Selena was even throwing accusations out there. So, my overall opinion was she had a premeditated backup plan. Wasn't necessarily the first thing that she thought of. She wanted to talk her way out of the embezzlement and get Selena to back off. When Selena wouldn't, that's when the pow came out of the purse. Okay. So I can't say, I think her initial reaction was, let me talk to Selena. Let me see if we can work something out here. And I don't think Selena was budging. I think she expected Yolanda to own up to what she did and to pay her back. I feel like Selena would have been willing to work with her on payback. But Yolanda wouldn't even admit that she did anything. And when she would have, I think that's when she did the dirty deed. So I want to see how this parole hearing is going to go. Let's see, how is the parole hearing going to go? I still do not feel that Yolanda has learned anything. She may have been a model prisoner, but I don't think she's learned anything because she's still, the energy I'm getting is still not remorseful. Let me see if the cards prove me wrong. Knight of Cups. An offering. I'm getting that at the parole hearing, she might sing a different tune. It feels like her delivering the message that the parole board wants to hear. The world, the past. This is the past struggles, which indicates completing the cycle. I've done my time. I'm ready to move out and get out. I'm willing to deliver the message that the parole board wants to hear so I could get my freedom and get out of this joint. But there's still a lot of mystery, maybe even illusions. Things aren't as they seem. Boom. There's the boom. Me feeling like I said she's going to tell the parole board exactly what they want to hear, and it's an illusion. Because she has maintained that it was all an accident. Overriding concern. At lying. Not owning up to what she had done. She knows what she did. She knows what her intentions were when she went to Selena's that day. But overriding concern is, can I get away with it? Is the parole board going to buy my story? Is the parole board going to believe me when I say that I'm sorry? I miss Selena. I wish things would have been different. I think that's a song that she's going to be singing. Emotional undercurrent. Cold as the Ice Queen. Queen of Swords. No emotions. This woman, in my humble opinion is she doesn't need to be getting out of jail. No. To me, it doesn't feel like she's faking her fucking emotions. That's what she's doing. Fake, 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 fake. Okay? She's faking it. And now, because the emotional undercurrent is a Queen of Swords. No emotions at all. Okay, her fear. Page of Wands. Her fear is that she's going to get the news of no. Her fear is that they're going to be able to see right through her. That the parole board is going to be able to see the bigger picture. And they're not going to believe her. Her obsession. Still with the money. Still with the money. Still with financial stability. She hasn't learned a damn thing. She has not learned a damn thing. Her desires or her goals. Hanged Man. Letting go stands out as, because the Hanged Man is a sacrifice. It's also seeing things in a different perspective. It's changing your viewpoint. It's enlightenment. And it's also releasing something. So her goal, her desire is that the parole board are going to see things differently, and they're going to let her go. And her main obstacle, the strength. Her main obstacle is the strength of her story, her message to the parole board. There's cracks in it. There's cracks in it. Now, let's just do, will they let her out? Will they release her? Will they let her out? She just might fucking pull it off with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is a goal, achieving a goal. It is being ready for the next step. The kind of like at a cross, planning for the next step, the next move. It's planning. Let's get some more on this. To me, that's like undecided. I don't think they're going to decide quite yet, because we do have the illusions card, the options, 7 of Cups, and then we do have resting on it, recovery. I feel like that maybe not this time, because there's something that needs to come to rest. Let me get clarification on that. They're trying to decide. They're trying to decide what is truth and what is fake, what is real. I said there were cracks in her story. For a minute there, I thought maybe there's a new beginning. But at their decision is going to be based upon, yes, her behavior, but also the fact that she cannot admit. Now, this is not written in stone, but it looks to me like they're looking at 2 options here. They're here, they're discussing, they're deciding. Is she being honest? Is this just smoke and mirrors? Is she trying to pull one over on us? Or is she really recovered and recuperated? So I see them going back and forth. Is it that there's not going to be a decision on March 30th? That is going to go into discussion. And there's going to be a little bit of a waiting period. Hamster wheel, same old shit. And day in, day out stuff. Man. Male figure. I wonder if that's the leader of the parole board. Or the judge. Ring. The ring is a commitment. There's somebody working diligently working really hard, dedicated in partnership with her. A male who is working day in and day out hard to get her released. I don't know if that is a husband or if that's if she met somebody, some kind of romantic partner. But we're going to add these numbers up here. That is 10 plus, see, kings are 13. That's 23 plus 2, 24, 25. So the underlying energy of this, card 25 is 7 of Hearts. It's the stars. It's the social media. Oh. Trying to gain sympathy from on social media to try to push the parole board in a certain decision, in a certain manner. For shits and giggles, why not? Predictions. Because I'm not getting a clear-cut answer if she's going to be let out. This might be something that they have to process, that they have to think about. I'm not getting a clear-cut answer if she's going to be let out of jail or not. Okay. Is she going to be released on parole? I am seeing somebody, and they're working the social media ring. This could be a family member of hers, but it feels masculine. It feels like a male working on her behalf who is dedicated, diamond ring partnership. Could it be an attorney? Maybe. Let's just see what these cards want to say. Okay. Show me the possibilities of Yolanda being paroled. Is she getting out of jail? Offering, donation. Underwater. Something submerged, something hidden. Uprising, rebellion. I'm getting different vibes. Because I'm starting to feel... I should have went with my first instinct. I said it looked like she could possibly be paroled. Uprising and rebellion could be over her getting out. That offering and donation almost feels like being offered the opportunity, a deal. I just feel like there's going to be I just feel like that there's just something about commercial airline. She's going to get let out. Cyclone damage. I think there is going to be protests. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. Protests. Strategic planning. I'm feeling like she will get out. But not right away. It's almost like March 30th is not going to be her parole day. I almost feel like they're in a deadlock. Should we let her out or should we not? She hasn't convinced everybody on the parole board that she is sincerely remorseful. Some people could see right through her. Others, no. But I think she could possibly get out. There's strategic planning here because of it's create a one hell of a storm. Uprising, protests, cyclone damage. It's like the fans of Selena, the family of Selena, friends. This is not going to be pretty. This is why I'm feeling like she will get out. Maybe not on March 30th. But not long after. It's going to be this year. I think it's going to take a few weeks. I'm getting I'm feeling like 7 to 8 weeks after the parole hearing that she will be released. I think the decision is going to go in her favor, but it's going to cause a shitstorm. So there has to be some kind of strategic planning to handle the shitstorm that's about to come down on that prison. Commercial airline, planes, travel. I think flight risk. Flight risk. I wouldn't be surprised if she tries to go back to Mexico. That's the vibe I'm getting. It's almost like while the cyclone's going on, over her release, because she's going to, I can't ignore the offering and donation. Can't ignore that. That is making me believe that she's going to be offered parole, and it's going to cause a shitstorm. But she already has been planning this. She had a lot of time to plan her parole day. When she gets out, she has a plan. She's going to take off. Maybe even out of the country. So maybe she won't be our problem anymore. But it depends on Mexico's stance on extraditing if she gets caught in Mexico and send her back. But she's going to take flight. She's going to flee. She's going to run. Oh my God. Deportation. That just came to me. Not a flight risk. She could be deported and be stripped of her, if she has any citizenship in the United States, being stripped of that and being deported. The Trump train is coming through. And she's going to be out of here. Okay. That's what I have for this reading. And I love you all. And I am going to drop the mic.